Welcome back to this Olympic edition of Breakfast Television.
Strategically stay out of that.
Well
that
played.
GIF.
Well played. Devo, Mayor, Sid here with you. Again, the best non-boycotted Olympics Canada's ever had just happened. 27 medals for Canada. An outrageously good total. People were not expecting that.
And so many women.
And so many women.
So many women.
And so many great stories. The one story that has captivated a lot of people's attention is breakdancing, which made its Summer Olympics debut here in Paris. And shout out to Phil Whitting, and maybe talk to him this week here on BT. A couple things here. People loved it and also hated it at the same time. And for all the spectacular performances you saw, there were others that didn't go well, specifically on the women's side. Australian breakdancer Rachel Gunn, a.k.a. Raygun, went viral for not doing much. Her routine was pretty safe, got 0 points. It went viral. That says it all right there, basically. She went Karate Kid on the routine. We can't show you her routine because there's some restrictions with the Olympics that we're still kind of working through. You don't really need to know the specifics, but that for those of you who have seen that,
it's gone
most people
viral.
have seen that.
You've seen
you know
the
what I'm
video.
talking about. So there are people legitimately asking, is this a Summer Olympic sport? Right now, it is not scheduled to be taking place in Los Angeles in 2028, which are the next Summer Games. That's the situation right now. It's a deal between the IOC and the federation that runs it. There's a lot of moving parts. I'd be stunned, Mayor, if this wasn't added to the sporting menu for 2028. But generally, what did you make of one of the more talked about new events in these Olympics?
I absolutely loved them. I loved them. I'm so proud of Philip Kim, seeing his story as well, talking about his brother and his parents being sort of super proud of his brother, doing a more traditional life choices, and then getting to see them there supporting him and really loving what he was up to and kind of getting it in a whole new way. So I was very proud to see him do so well. And then I absolutely loved Raygun. I just thought she was creative, and I think some of the criticism that she's going on under right now is mean-spirited and unfair. Well, no. Mean-spirited is what I'll say.
Some of it's fair.
Some of it's fair.
Competitively speaking, some of it's fair.
Yeah, from a competitive standpoint. But, she's a professor. She studies the politics of breaking. She's a highly educated, informed person, and she made a creative choice because she's like, look, I can't beat these girls on their power moves. That's not what I got. I'm going to bring courage and creativity. And she did, and everybody's talking about it. And I think it's a fun story of the Olympics, and I think the mean-spiritedness should stop.
Man, I got so many messages about her performance. Listen, if you're willing to go out, look, at the end of the day, she's an Olympic athlete. She competed at the Olympics. Not many people, there's a small portion of the population that can say, yeah, I competed at the Olympics. So she did. That's what she'll go down as that. Now, doing some interpretive dance instead of breaking, that's all subjective, which also is one thing that I don't know about this event because it is subjective, right? Like with the dance moves and things like that. Listen, Phil, I am so excited for, so happy for to see him go down as this gold medal winner. And if it doesn't happen again,
that's it.
History on either side. You are the defending champ.
I think he'll have another chance.
I think so as well. But it's how do you make it so that there are technical things that you have to check off? You know what I mean? Like in gymnastics, they've kind of mastered that, synchronized swimming or whatever, all of those things. You got to figure out a way for that for breaking, I think. And then that makes it a little more fair across the board.
I do think, listen, in every event in the Olympics, someone comes in last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like in the marathon, someone came in last. In 100 meters, someone came in last. If you want to really pick apart every event, you can have some hilarious performances that you look at and say, how did this person get a free trip to Paris for 2 weeks? And even have an early event and then party for the next 13 days. Like, that's the best gig there is. With that said, I take umbrage with the argument that this is not an actual sport. Some of the things that we witnessed in that competition were insane. Some of the athletic ability were insane. And by the way, breakdancing started in the late 60s and early 70s on street corners in New York City, and it was a fusion of martial arts and gymnastics. Find me more of a summer sport than that. You can't. So I think it is insulting. Raygun is hilarious.
Hilarious.
But it's insulting to take that example and say it's not a summer sport. Nope, I don't buy it at all. I know it's more of a summer sport than handball or shooting, with respect. So I loved what I saw. The Raygun thing was amazing. I loved what I saw.
It was giving Elaine Bennis.
It was giving a little
interpretive dance.
Giving Elaine Bennis.
little Elaine Bennis.
But I think part of why it's tracked so much is because she had so much heart and spirit in it. I don't know. She was just giving it. Yeah. And like, I don't know, we all have that in us a little bit. And just like those big Olympic moments of bringing people together, I thought she
Seven
did that.
deep at her wedding reception, I have that.
Hey, man, in that picture, she looked like she went to the Mr. Miyagi School of Breaking.
There was a lot going on there.
With the Karate Kid. But you know what I love about this stuff, too, is, and I'll wrap it up right here, Phil, Kim, getting those endorsement deals for a sport or, an event that normally doesn't get the attention, because you're seeing those endorsement deals and giving some of these athletes some of the money they need in order to get a gold medal.
Phil Wizard, congratulations to you and the fam. Amazing performance.